So I finally got my hands on an English translation of the first episode of Ajin Season 2, and you know what that means? Doors closing. Please stand clear. The hype train is about to depart. And don't forget your snacks, cause this train's not gonna stop anytime soon. This first episode was a good start to the season. The recap at the beginning was enough to remind me of what was up in the Ajin universe, but didn't overstay its welcome. It was also pretty hype. Like, how does this make any sense? How can a recap be any hype? Well, to be fair, the soundtrack of this anime can make anything hype, and when that thing is Sato going ham, then, well, I've just been reminded why I love this anime so much. Next up was the opening. It's not bad, but I think it'll take a few more episodes to grow on me. I think a male voice like last season's OP fits better with the dark theme of the anime, but at least it's still fast-paced and not some kind of happy idol music or something. I found the various beeping and heartbeat sounds present in the beginning of the song pretty cool and interesting, cause it links with the horrible medical experiments done on the Ajin. I also like the style they have for the openings, as even though they are just using clips from the anime, it doesn't feel lazy as it's all very stylized, so everything combines in this cohesive manner. The visuals also line up nicely with the beat of the songs, so they work well together. You know what else works well together? Izumi and Tosaki. I mean, they should just get married already, but sadly, I don't think Tosaki even sees her as a human, saying something to the extent of "fuck Ajins" right in front of her. Like, really? That's rude. I feel sorry for Izumi. This whole thing about the government pretending to be completely innocent and ignoring the Ajin's claims is perfect. It makes it basically impossible to pick a side in this anime, cause every option is equally as terrible. You have the Ajins wanting to take over the world by force and murder and shit, and then the government who doesn't care at all about the Ajins and their rights, and Tosaki who is blind to the fact that Best Girl has been right beside him the whole time. Yep, I'm still going on about that, and I won't stop because Izumi's the most precious thing in this entire anime. One new thing that's been introduced in this second season is this dynamic duo, or more like disastrous duo because Nakano's actually an idiot. Throughout the whole episode, their interactions never failed to entertain. I don't remember the first season having any comedy at all, but I enjoyed the bit of fun interspersed within the seriousness of this anime as it helps break up the tension and will probably also be used to contrast with the dark times that are inevitably coming with Sato's horrifying plan. As for the whole dynamic duo teaming up with the precious pair? Yeah, okay. As for them working together, I think it'll be interesting. Hopefully it'll get Tosaki to not be so negative towards Ajins. Also, we'll finally be able to see Nagai back in action after living in the country for most of last season. They left out all the action involving Sato getting to his first victim, but I'm fine with that, as it kind of makes him seem all the more powerful, that getting through all that security was so easy for him that it didn't even need to be shown on camera. And finally, the ending. I really like it. Similar to the first season's ending, it is a slower, more calmer song compared to the opening, which is what an ending should be to help unwind and calm down after an intense episode of Ajin. I also love the style of the endings in Ajin, more so than the openings, as they show some of the main events that'll occur and gets you thinking about those situations, but doesn't tell you enough that it'll become a spoiler. The animations also just look plain beautiful, and the funny disconnect between the happy sounding music and the violent scenes just portray the idea that these Ajin's deaths are just another part of everyday life. It's just such a common occurrence in this anime that it doesn't warrant some hardcore music or anything. The next episode preview is hype as always. I mean, that music just never fails. The funny thing is that they put in the comedy scenes with Nakano fucking around like always within all the murder and serious stuff, which looks stupid, but for some reason it still works. Probably because I'm blinded by my love for this anime. Fuck, I just love everything about this anime. Do I sound too much like a fanboy right now? Because I am. I am definitely a fanboy, and I can't wait for the second episode. Choo choo, motherfuckers.